Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the new topic, that is formation of urine formation. Okay, as we all know that urine is a composition of water, electrolytes and waste products. Okay, to know about the formation of urine, we must know the structure of nephron. What is nephron? Nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney. Each kidney possesses millions of nephrons. Okay. Uh, as you can see, this is a capsule shaped structure which is known as glomerulus or Bowman's capsule. Okay. And this is a tubular structure. Okay, like this is a nephron. This is Bowman's capsule which contains glomerulus. Okay, and this is the tubular structure. This is loop of Henle, descending loop of Henle, ascending loop of Henle. This is a collecting system of tubules of nephron. Okay, now what happens actually? Urine formation consists or based on three steps. Number one, filtration. Number two, tubular reabsorption. Number three, tubular secretion. Always remember that these three processes are involved in the formation of urine: filtration, reabsorption and secretion. Okay, now see, this is afferent arteriole and this is efferent arteriole. Okay, the function of afferent arteriole is to bring the blood into the Bowman's capsule of nephron for the purpose of filtration. Okay, and after filtration, what happens? This filtration process based on simple diffusion or osmosis, and by which what happens, all the useful substances as well as the waste components, they all filtered out of the bloodstream into the tubular system. Okay, what happens in the filtration process? With the help of diffusion or osmosis, all the useful substances as well as the waste material, they come out of the bloodstream into the tubular system of the nephron, and the filtrate which is formed or the product which is formed is called as glomerular filtrate. Glomerular filtrate. Okay, about 180 liters per day filtration. The rate of filtration is 180 liters per day, which makes up 7500 ml per hour and 125 ml per minute. Now the question arises, okay, if the rate of filtration is 180 liters per day and we are saying that all the water and useful substances are getting filtered from here into the tubules, then according to this, our body is devoid of all the water and all the useful substances. Then what would happen if all the water, about 180 liters of water, gets out of our body? Then comes the second step. The answer to this question is the second step, which is reabsorption. Tubular reabsorption from filtrate to blood. Means here this is the renal tubule, okay, and this is the bloodstream. Blood through capillaries. Okay, this is the capillary which is carrying the blood. Okay, and this is the concentrated blood due to the devoid or absence of water and all the useful substances. And here it is the glomerular filtrate, which is full of water and other useful substances plus the waste material. Now what happens next? through the passive reabsorption. Again, those important factors like electrolytes, glucose, nutrients, and the water, they get reabsorbed from the tubules into the bloodstream again. And about 99% of the reabsorption takes place here, in which 99% of the water get reabsorbed, 99% of the glucose get reabsorbed, and other nutrients also, but except for the sodium ions, they get partially reabsorbed. Reabsorption of sodium ion is basically depends upon the intake of sodium through diet. As much we take sodium in the diet, less reabsorption of the sodium will takes place. Okay, so as to balance the amount of sodium in the body, so as to maintain homeostasis. Okay, then we comes to the third step. In the third step, what happens actually? Secretion. Third step is secretion, tubular secretion from blood into the filtrate. Basically, third step secretion is the reversal of, or the reverse to reabsorption. Okay, totally reverse or opposite to reabsorption. In the second step, tubular reabsorption, things are coming from tubule into the bloodstream. In the tubular secretion, things will get out of the bloodstream into the tubule again. Okay, now what happens in this process? The blood will get rid of all the toxic substances, including certain drug particles, including hydrogen ions, ammonia, potassium ions, and other toxic substances out of the blood into the tubule again. And this will be the final product, or urine. Okay, now this urine will only consisting of the unwanted substances and the toxic substances. Okay, so the summary, if we look at the summary of this process of urine formation, we will look at filtration, number 1, number 2 reabsorption, number 3 secretion. Okay, about 180 liters of filtration takes place per day, but our body gets the water and other wanted materials reabsorbed again from the tubules into the bloodstream by the process of tubular reabsorption. Okay, then what happens? Third step, secretion, tubular secretion. In this step, this is the opposite of reabsorption. And what happens? All the toxic material finally, and certain drug chemicals and potassium ions, ammonia ions, and hydrogen ions, they get out of the bloodstream into the tubule again. And so the pH is balanced. Okay, and other levels of certain compounds, they will get maintained. Now what happens? A question arises that here we are saying that this filtration is taking place with the help of osmosis or diffusion. That's why all useful as well as the unwanted components are transferring from the bloodstream into the tubules. Here also we are saying that reabsorption is taking place with the help of passive diffusion. Then again, what is happening? All that was filtered out is getting again into the bloodstream. But now here what is happening actually? Active transport is taking place. You know the difference between the active transport and the diffusion. Now here the things will secrete it from the bloodstream into the tubule finally with the help of active transport, in which selective transport of the ion or the components will take place, not all the components which are desired by the body. You are getting my point? Okay. इसकी एक छोटी सी मिसाल मैं आपको समझाने के लिए, इसको सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए मैं आपको बताती हूँ कि आप इस पूरे प्रोसेस को एक मिसाल से समझ सकते हैं. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल, स्टूडेंट्स को पिकअप करने के लिए एट द टाइम ऑफ जो है, जब कोई भी स्कूल या कॉलेज ऑफ हो जाता है तो स्टूडेंट्स को पिकअप करने के लिए वैन्स आती हैं. ठीक है, स्टूडेंट्स को पिकअप करने के लिए वैन्स जैसे ही गेट पे पहुंचती हैं तो सारे स्टूडेंट्स निकल के भागते हैं और वैन में बैठ जाते हैं. दैट इज़ लाइक डिफ्यूजन एंड ऑस्मोसिस. व्हाट इज़ हैपनिंग हेयर कि बॉयज़ भी हैं उसमें, गर्ल्स भी हैं उसमें, सारे बच्चे जाके बैठ गए हैं. ठीक है. नाउ हेयर एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट, इसमें क्या है कि एक पेरेंट जो आएगा वो सिर्फ अपने बच्चे को लेके जाएगा. जिसका पेरेंट आएगा उनका बच्चा उसी पेरेंट के साथ जा रहा है. दैट इज़ सेलेक्टिवनेस, दैट इज़ एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट. ठीक है, ये डिफरेंस है. अगर यहाँ पे भी पैसिव डिफ्यूजन हो रही होती, सिर्फ बहुत सी चीज़ें डिफ्यूज़ होती हैं यहाँ भी, लेकिन अगर सिर्फ डिफ्यूजन हो रही होती तो अगेन हो सकता था कि जो यूज़फुल सब्सटेंसेस हैं और जो वाटर है वो अगेन यहाँ पे सिक्रीट आउट हो जाता. लेकिन नहीं, ये एक नेचुरल फिनोमेना है जिसके अंदर फाइनल जो आपका प्रोसेस है दैट इज़ डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सिलेक्टिवनेस, दैट इज़ एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट, एंड दैट इज़ वाई the body is getting rid of all the toxic substances and waste finally in the form of urine. Thank you so much.